Ladies and gentlemen, this is Professor Euloge Nkounkou, Professor of Law, Professor of International Environmental Law and Policy, Professor of Biomathematics, Professor of Biophysics, Professor of Nuclear, Atomic Medicine and Ethics, Professor of Science and Technology, Telecommunication and Biometric Science, Professor of Contract Law, Professor of Social Foundation of Law, Professor of Disaster Preparedness and Management, Professor of Green Economy, Economy and Economy Innovation, Professor of Infrastructure, graduate to the University of Montreal, the same university with Pierre Elliott Trudeau, the father of Justin Trudeau. We are Professor of Eagle Economy. We are Professor of Philosophy. We are Professor of Theology. We are Professor of Kamite Cosmogony, Presocratic Cosmogony, Aristotelico-Thomist Cosmogony, and African Philosophy Cosmogony. So, and many fields, you know, we mastery many fields. We are expert in many agencies of United Nations. We are Lura Kwachita, United Nations expert, attorney and diplomat in petroleum, minerals and energy. We are expert in electronic of United Nations. We are expert in human rights, you know, and business. We are expert in human rights. So we are expert in many disciplines and expert in United Nations. Former expert of the World Bank, former political lieutenant of the White House, expert of American budget, you know, yes. In this video, I want to just to show you where I come from. Where I come from. I come from Congo. Congo with K-O-N-C-O. So Congo. Congo was a kingdom. Congo was a kingdom, and it was geographically, you can see in Congo was Angola. Angola was Angola. Congo was Brazzaville. Congo United, Angola, Brazzaville, also DRC. So, and also one part of Gabon and one part of Cameroon. This was Congo, the big Congo one. Okay, so we are blessed. God give us many natural resources. Many natural resources. That the first, you know, and the first kingdom had a queen. The kingdom. So the queen Kimpa Vita. K. You see K. Kimpa Vita. Nkounkou. Nkounkou. I'm a descendant of Kimpa Vita. Okay. I'm descendant of Kimbangu. Kimbangu is the same. So the capital, you know, French people kill our people. Most of the great minds, elite, were in Congo Brazzaville. So because the political capital was in Congo Brazzaville. So after that, Belgium and France came to divide the country. But Congo, the capital of the Kingdom of Congo was not in Angola. It was in Congo Brazzaville, Kinkala. It was around Kinkala, Kindamba, Kinkala, Kindamba, So was there, So elite of people. So the descendant, the Abbé Fulbert Youlou, his ancestor André Machua, very clever people, very, very clever people, very. Until today, we are the most clever, but we have been, when they divide, they have to kill all people of a great mind. It's not me, but KWAME NKRUMAH said that the soul of Africa, KWAME NKRUMAH, go to see the speech, maybe they will remove it, but go in YouTube. KWAME NKRUMAH at the United Nations said the soul of Africa is Congo, because you can find the coltan mineral there, coltan in DRC, you will see the coltan in Congo Brazzaville also. So it was just one territory. The capital was Mbanza, Congo, and the capital, political capital, was in Congo Brazzaville. That's why they hide it. So they said that the capital was in Angola. No, it was not in Angola. It was in Congo Brazzaville. The economic capital was in DRC. In DRC, where is in Katanga. Economic. It was in Katanga. Katanga, and that were the first currency. We were the first built currency. Okay, because the exchange between Iran, Europe, Arab was just you give chicken, and they give you soap. Okay, that was exchange. But Congo was structured. Okay, we have our own administration structure. Okay, we have our own administration structure. Was structured, and we create a currency. It was in DRC, so Katanga. And Katanga, the currency was not in gold, was in silver. I don't know if in English, but le cuivre. The first currency was in Ndia, Meya. We call it, the currency was Ndia, Meya. Okay, so because in Katanga, they call the Shaba. Shaba mean the country of silver, of quiver. Translate it in English, I don't know. The Shabani mean people are rich. Shabani, Mama Shabani, Elembo. But African lady, when your name is Shabani, you look again Elembo. Ochanga Elembo, Ochanga. Mais oza Elembo, Mama Shabani. Oza Elembo. Shabani. Shaba, elingi koloba quiver. So, Shaba is the quiver. So rich people, they were calling them Shabani. The capital of economic of Congo was in Katanga. In Shaba, Shabani, the country of quiver, the country of a currency, because the currency was in quiver, in maybe silver. I don't know. I will check. That the capital of cultural and touristic was in Angola. The Haut Conseil of tradition was in Cameroon and Gabon. So that's the kingdom of Congo. But most the clever. When KWAME NKRUMAH said the Congo is the soul of Africa, it didn't mean only the DRC, but it means the great country of. When they killed the king, we elected. We are the first elected a woman, the Queen Kimpavita, in the power. So we have already democracy in blood. Contrary to those dogs, those animals come to the forest like that, didn't know democracy. So later I will go to build a democracy and economy in Europe, in Canada, and America. So it's not surprise for me to go to lead America. According to Uncle Trump said, the real president is in Obama and Biden administration. Even if Trump, I got him, the real president was Professor Euloge and Nkounkou. So we are clever. I can give you a few names that Kenya and other countries didn't have. Professor Teofilo Benga. Teofilo is Egyptologue. People go to see sarcophage, but Professor Teofilo Benga was, the assistant of Professor Chekonta Diop. We can give you the first, among the first lawyer in Paris was Lazare Matsokota. Very, very clever. The first lawyer in Congo was Maître Aloïs Mudile Nomasengo. Very, very clever man, very. André Matsuwa, he beat the colonial France, the colonial Masonic. The first trial of Freemasonry, our giant, André Matsuwa, faced it, and he collapsed the judge. The judge was like a small sheet, colonial trials, a Masonic trial. They had this trial. So when you see the Professor Jean-Pierre Makutambuku, Professor Jean-Pierre Makutambuku is the most clever in the world. Is the most intelligent man in the world. He have 7 PhD, 7. You type in Google Professor Jean-Pierre Makutambuku, and France killed him, and they keep his body in Panthéon to experiment science. Professor Jean-Pierre Makutambuku. He was in the same village with me, Kindamba. Okay, well, our parents come from Pangala, but Kindamba. Me, I was born in Linzolo because God wanted. My father was a priest, and they sent him to go to teach in Matsula and Mutampa. And the nearest hospital was just Linzolo. And God, like He promised to my mother, your son will born in the church, okay, in the church. And if, for a woman 17 years, small like this, but the son was so big because we have 3,700 pounds. Okay, so she was 17 years. 17 years she was just slim and not strong. So me to come out, it was a miracle. So she have to struggle 3 days, 2 days, and the third days the sister Maurice Philippe asked the mass to the Father Morizur, Catholic. And when the Father Morizur just take the hostie, lift it up to celebrate Eucharisty, I was born. That's what my mother told me, but I didn't want to born. So my mother knew the sister there, Matron, the sister Maurice Philippe, told my mother, your son will be the global leader. He was chosen by God. That's the miracle you see. And my mother keep it many years before she told me, before she died, she told me that. We had a conversation all day, like she knows they will kill her, they will harm her. Okay, so that the story you have to know about us. And when I was 70 years, I went to do a catechese. So it's a woman, a sister, another sister, another nun will take my responsibility, Sir Chantal Le Bouteiller. And she saw also the sign on me. She said, this man was chosen by God. And after that, I will go to marry Bongisa Munjilekazi Kuku from South Africa. Is a nun. You see the sign, woman and a nun. You see the sign, but they destroy Bongisa. They destroy Bongisa. So last time she was with Malema, Ramaphosa. I can know when you hear you apply a biomathematics, you want to know who is with your wife, you will know. I recognize Malema by when I applied biomathematics, the name, the word nonsense came out. I know it was Malema. When I applied biomathematics, my wife was with Ramaphosa, maybe in the bed. Ramaphosa said, ask him if he really rule America, if he has a phone call. Ramaphosa didn't know that I lead America. And I repeat that Obama is not my father, he never been. Obama never been my friend. He can't claim that he's my father. He can't claim that I'm his son. We work together like we work with Pope Francis, like I get involved in pontifical movement of climate change of Pope Francis created. So we're working online. I make my contribution because I'm expert of UNEP. I'm a professor of international environmental law and policy. So we contribute to advance the agenda of Pope in climate change. Probably the Pope will go to Glasgow, I don't know. So we work with Biden and Obama like that. Okay, they didn't pay me, and they don't have a right to take my money in United Nations. Because this is, I work to sweat, they have to pay this money. They have, white supremacy have secret rules that black should not be a billionaire. But this is money come from God, okay? I'm exception. And I want all black to be also billionaire. Why only one race to be billionaire? Why do I pay other people? That's what we have to do. It's not right black to be poor, and like they make my mother. I could pay her plan of my mother to go to Israel, maybe to have a good doctor there, or India or Cuba, with this money. When they block this money, they open the door to my mother to die, and many of my siblings, they rap also. So I'm billionaire. I don't need Freemasonry money. I don't need Switzerland money. I don't need American money. I worked myself. I'm proud. I'm billionaire. 7 million each hour, because multinational make a lot of trillion and trillion by month. Trillion and trillion by month. Multinational with our petroleum minerals. So how are you going to pay Lura Kwachita, the chief of all natural resources? It's a small, 7 million by hour is too small. It's too small. So each day it's 168 or 169. So we can make a fourchette of 170 million every day. Every day. So I went to work, they can calculate. And more you keep me in Switzerland, more you will pay. My lawyer said that he will add every day they impeach you. They delay your case because you didn't do wrong. You didn't kill someone. You didn't do anything wrong. So my lawyer will charge them 7 million. And you cannot take the money of a UN diplomat. It's not you come to take my money. Oh no, this part we will give it to these organisms, or this is we'll give it to sister. This is we'll give it to. That is not your money. Look at the money of you work for. You never go to sit for PhD. You cannot be jealous of someone who work honestly with integrity. You are a robber. You are a killer to be rich. So if I have to give money to my children, to my siblings, suffer a lot, it's me have to take this money. You cannot take. If you don't respect the rules, we'll never will respect yours. We never will negotiate to compromise international convention. International convention is very clear. You cannot take money for diplomats, lurakwachita, like me. And say, oh no, it's us going. You are nothing, you don't have statute. I never appointed you like administrator of my money. So that's what people have to know about Congo, about my situation. My situation today, the police came, they lie. They are looking for something. So they try to give me a nationality of America, nationality of France. No, never will lose my identity. I'm Nkounkou. Nkounkou, it means Africa. Nkounkou, it means Africa. I'm proud to be from Congo, the Kingdom of Congo. I'm proud to be the Kingdom of Congo. You cannot say that I belong to Panthéon, I belong to America. America doesn't have a name of Nkounkou. And doesn't speak my language. Lari, Kikongo, Munukutuba, Lingala. You don't speak. You try to clone me, but people will find always the sign, the sign on me. Your clown never will act like me, never will have intelligence like me. Okay, so that's what we have to do. See in the United States of America, incompetence of Obama and Biden. Me, I'm calling right now, international community and the member of Security Council to send humanitarian. That's the first thing. We cannot lead Afghan crisis only by American rules. Obama is incompetent, is mindless. Biden is mindless and incompetent. The God have to show that I was the real president of United States of America. During 7 years,